What's up? What's the
We
word?
have a very special guest right now. We're talking with the ladies. Got my
Hey.
sis Nosike.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah, we can
hear
hear
you. You look
you.
cute.
Really do.
It's
I just
giving.
met her actually in person this
Really?
week. Yeah.
Oh, at
Yeah.
At the
the
Music Cares
Music Cares
event.
event.
Yeah.
How was it? I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
supposed
She
to
did
go.
her
Y'all know my
thing.
life been life in this week, but
I definitely called you. I was like, Breeze, you coming up to this? Like, what we
no,
doing?
no CK. Look, no CK calls me 30 minutes before the event. Are you coming? Um, I'm moving. I don't know. I need some Chicago artists to play. You could have texted me this early this
Okay,
morning.
so let me tell y'all this. So I DJ'd for the Recording Academy. They have this group called Music Cares, right? And Music Cares, what's dope about them is they are actually a resource tool specifically for musicians. They literally have resources where they'll pay, if you're a musician and you've been a professional musician for 5 years, they'll pay your rent, your light bill, food, all of that stuff, right? They give out resources. They have these resources, and they're doing this thing called Humans of Hip Hop, where they're going to different cities that have like been very notable in hip hop, and kind of like promoting what Music Cares does and their resources. So we had meetings like about this like months ago, right? And I was DJing. They were like, "Yeah, we want you to DJ, et cetera, et cetera." And I was like, "Okay, bet. I'm gonna do a whole Chicago set, but I'm gonna do new Chicago, right?" So people were
Hmm.
like, 97, Sin the Winner, Fast Money Ant, Flex, OG Stevo, uh, Asar, and so many other I can't even think off the top of the head right now. But I kept at the time, I was like, dang, I didn't put this playlist together. So instantly, anytime I need something, I'm calling Bree. I'm like, Bree,
Ah. And I'm stopping what I'm doing. Like, play Lil Blessing.
it's like, Lil Blessing, CCBK, I'm like, I bet. And I'm just writing all of these things down. I'm just writing these things
See,
down.
that's how we make the world go round.
And she
Yes,
did
but
her thing
I
too.
don't know.
thank
CK
you.
Raw, one of the
Thank
rawest
She
you.
did her thing.
DJs.
Yes.
Oh,
Love
thank
seeing female DJ. I was telling her that. Like I love seeing female DJs because
Yes.
it's not a lot of them.
Especially good female DJs,
Yeah.
because all female DJs,
They just be wanting to put the
they
outfits
can't
on, look
compete.
cute, and just
Yeah,
be
you
like,
could put Nosike up to the rawest male DJ you know.
it was the
you.
entertainment
Come
part
on.
for me. Her
Did she
mixing, but
dance?
no,
Oh,
just like the personality was there. Not shy at all with the mic. I loved it.
I be
yes,
dancing,
for
that's
sure.
why. Bree no.
She do
Bree
be
been in my set.
dancing. She put
I'm a
on that
dance.
Afrobeats music. She come from behind little DJ booth. She hit that little shoulder dance.
Uh,
I just turn my camera on and record because I know she gonna ask me like, "Did you record me?" Speaking of Afrobeats music, not only do you DJ and you
right.
work with artists, you have.
Bruce.
This
Wow.
is so funny to me because I could not believe it when she told me. You have transcended into becoming a music artist yourself.
I know, isn't that crazy? That is insane.
So what made you even be like, yeah, let's do this?
Okay, so actually, okay, so this is what it was. So I mean, Bree, you know this, but like people who don't know, actually, my background in DJing actually started with music publishing. So I've been a music publisher for like at least 5 years. I was working under Cobalt and Sony at a certain time before I really started DJing. As a music publisher, you really work on the admin side of music. So you like are collecting the royalties for artists, right? Not only that, you're placing records. So to place a record is like, for example, let's say Bree Specific is like the world's biggest artist right now, right? And let's say Cree, right? Let's say like you are a writer or producer. As a publisher, I'll take your writing and production and I'll give it to Bree for her to record. That's why there's a difference between a recording artist and a
A
performing
writer.
artist and writers, right? So I'll give it to an artist, maybe Bree or Sweetie or whoever to record, right? And they record it, they accept it, they record it, you get a placement, right? So these are what placements are. And they really like help producers and songwriters, especially like not only get their foot in the door, but they're like the backbone of the music industry, are producers and songwriters, right? They really get these placements. So that was my background before I really started DJing. And I'm always around producers and songwriters so much. So Afrobeat is actually a very, very good friend of mine. I mean, anytime you come to Chicago, it's always a good vibe. But he actually started out as a DJ before he was an artist too. Nobody knows this, right? He was a really known DJ before he was an artist. So, he came to Chicago for my birthday. I want to say it was like July 29th. He comes to Chicago and he's
Ooh, a
like,
Leo? You a Leo?
oh, baby, yeah.
Oh, big Leo over here too. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I just had to say that, okay? Because
Big fire,
July
big
23rd.
baboon.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So, we, so he comes to Chicago and I bring him to my homie studio, LSD, right? Shout out to Vibes, the gang. I bring him to the studio just to check it out because the studio is like all women ran, you know what I mean? Like really building it from the top up. He's rocking with the studios, fucking with it, etc., etc. And he like, man, I'm working on this project. I said, let me play the project. So he plays the beat for me for the song. It's called Sexy Sexy. But we didn't know what the song was gonna be called at the time. He's like, yeah, I don't know what to do with it. I'm like, man, this giving a little bit Chicago house, give him a little something. So he's like, I'm gonna let you know what I want to do with it. I'm like, I bet. Like 6 months later in December, he sends me the beat. He's like, do you want to write on this? Now, at this time, he's very close with Sukiyana. You know what I mean? I think he was on Love and Hip Hop Miami, I believe is what it was recently with her. So he's like, oh, yeah, you want to write on this, for a placement, right? So I'm like, okay, I'll write it. And then we'll probably do the placement for like Suki or something like that. I know his style. I know the vibe, what he's trying to bring. So let me write it. Did a quick bridge for it. Send it out. My boy Hobbs engineered it while I was here, right?
Shout out to Hype.
Shout out to Hobbs. That's my guy. And he texted me very like literally 20 minutes later. He was like, okay, bet we're gonna have you on as an artist. And I was like, what? Mind you, I'm writing it as if this is gonna be for Suki. So I'm getting a little nasty on the record, you know what I'm saying?
The bridge is nasty. It's a nasty
It
bridge,
is.
okay?
But it's cute. It's a cute nasty. It's not
It is
nasty.
nasty.
It's a cute nasty. So she's like, oh yeah, we're gonna just keep you on as an artist. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, like you good. It sounds really good like this. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So I'm thinking it's a joke this whole time. I kid you not, I'm thinking this is a joke. I'm like, okay, maybe they're just saying that so they find whoever's gonna take it. Maybe Suki ain't want to record it. They was throwing out a whole bunch of other names they wanted to give it to. Come January, they send me the master and the clean version. I'm like, damn, this is really happening. I'm about to be an artist. So fast forward to February. When did we put it out? We put it out a couple weeks. We put it out like a week ago. It's only been a week.
Okay, so what was I don't want to stop you, but I know you know CK, so
Oh yeah,
I know
you know
you're gonna sit here and tell this whole story.
baby.
I be
So
doing that.
right, what was that moment? Like when you first heard it back, you heard the master back. Like this your first time being a music artist, which I still cannot believe you got a song out. That is wild to me. Like, so how did you feel? What was that initial moment of you hearing it back?
I was like, I wonder what my mama gonna say. I'm Nigerian, so instantly I'm like,
Did she hear it?
No.
She hasn't heard it.
I think so. They have not heard it, but they've seen the noise. My parents really support my music career, right? But this is my first time coming out as an artist. And like, I would never do nothing crazy, but all of this is just an expression of myself. Music is just expression of self, you know what I mean? So it's nothing I'm ashamed of, but I just was just like, dang, I wonder my mom gonna like this. Because my mom, I've always just surprised her with what I've done. She to this moment is like, I mean, I was supposed to be a doctor. I was pre-med in U of I.
You walking around with green hair, dancing in the clubs, like
being a doctor and being in a pre-med program to green hair and in the club. So my mom
I
was
feel
always.
sometimes it's better for you to just like surprise your parents, other than trying to explain to them, "Hey, mom, I have a song coming out. It's gonna be a little vulgar.
Right,
I don't know if you're gonna
build
like
it up. It's like
if you build it up,
and then you even get more nervous too by building it up.
Exactly. But like outside of that, honestly, I knew it was a good song when I heard it, but when I sent it to BREE, and she was like, "Oh, you sound good," I said, "Yeah,"
because I heard it the first time and I listened to the whole song. Because even after the bridge, it didn't sound like Nosike. So I was waiting to hear Nosike, and the song went off. And I played it again. I said, I know this ain't this. I said, she talking about what?
So
But
wait, so are you gonna do more songs like that? Like that's my question. Like if it
So
sticks, can you go that route? Do you think you would go that route?
you know what? I feel like what you guys are, what everyone is seeing right now, they're seeing me express myself like for the first time, like in real time, right? And there are going to be more songs like this. However, the bigger emphasis on the song is just kind of like just celebrating yourself, like celebrate how sexy of a person you are, like that
Okay.
confidence, that glow, that energy, that light, whatever that looks like for you. You know what I mean? It's like girls, we like to have fun. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
summertime. It's about to be nice out. We like to get our hair done, get our nails done, look good. We like to feel sexy. It's a part of our
Right.
confidence, it's part of our glow. And I think like coming to this point in my life where, you know, I've been DJing for like really a little over 5 years and I'm starting to really find my confidence in this. It's like, this is what you're hearing. You know what I mean? I'm ready to come outside and like get to it. So the next couple songs you hear from me, because there will be more, um, it's honestly always been like a DJ Khaled attempt. Shout out to Khaled. I've always been a fan of his process. And I just want to make hits. I just want to be on hit records that you can sing in the club, that you can sing while you working out, that you could just it make you
Get
feel good.
ready to.
You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
How we was in '08 when we was about to go to the, you know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
just fun music that made you feel good. So I want to do that. And like I look up to people like T-Pain, DJ Khaled, even Pitbull. I like right now, currently who's in the game right now that I love right now is I am a huge Doja Cat fan. I love Doja Cat. I do love Sexy Red because that Sexy Red does
Okay.
embody that in her own way. You know what I mean? So I just feel
Mhm.
like feel good, fun, we back outside music is important and make the world dance again. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to make hits. So you'll be hearing my voice on more hits.
I just want to make hits.
I just want to make
So
hits.
I did want to ask you this because being an artist is hard within itself. Having to
Yeah.
push your music and having to get your music to the DJs for the
Yeah.
DJs to play your record in the club or play you know, on the radio and they make shows or whatever. But you are the DJ.
Yeah, that's the thing. I am the DJ.
You are the DJ. So
Right.
do you feel like it's been kind of easier? Cause you know, I've been out with you where you kind of like we are real big on like getting somebody's song and trying to see how the crowd react.
Mm.
Oh yeah, me and Bree do that all the time.
We
I
do
we
that all like somebody will send me a song, be like, I fake like this, but I'll send it to Nosike. Like one time we was in Beer Bar and we played what was
oh
it? Kingpin Roof record. And we played it.
yeah.
We was like, we just want to see what people do.
And then
We just want to see if people
I
start
was
bobbing
like,
their head.
he was like, okay, we both my hands. Okay, the record's cool. I think that like for one, if you're a new artist, it is, I'm not gonna lie, it is easier getting your music played if you are the DJ. If you're a DJ, you turn to a musician and you're an artist, it's easier because
You
not
know the
only are you
DJs.
okay, yeah, you know other DJs, but you actually are like in the field. You know what I mean? So it's like you see what type of reactions get or come from what song. It's almost like the neuroscience of it. You know what I mean? You see bits like this type of bass line, everybody's gonna be bumping their head versus this type of bass line where everybody's chilling. These type of words get the crowd up versus these type of words make the crowd think. You see what I'm saying? So you kind of are able to tell the science of it. And maybe that's just me because I'm a science girl.
I love
But
that. Like I didn't even think about it that way. Like
Mhm.
like when you in the club, you hear get it sexy, and your mind like get it sexy, like you're thinking about
Make
yourself
you want to
versus
get it
yeah, you
sexy.
want to
You
get
see
it
everybody else
sexy
doing
you know
it.
what I'm saying? So you're in the field and you see that all the time. And I think that like even going back to like the women DJ things, I think that a lot of DJs don't understand that women are like are truly the dime piece. They're the center of the equation. If you can entertain women in a way that makes them feel confident, makes them feel good, makes them feel like it's their world and we just living in it, baby, you won the whole pot. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? And I think a lot of other DJs they kind of see it, but they don't tailor it. But the women DJs taking over because they are women, so they get it. You know what I mean? As a new artist, if you want your music to be played by DJs, you have to like actually get to know DJ. You know what I'm saying? Like make it make sense. Don't just give me the song because you see me and think I'm gonna play it. I know a lot of I know a lot of DJs that kind of do that, but like the better you build a relationship with a DJ, the more plug that is for you. Because, for example, BREE, when I called BREE yesterday at the Recording Academy, this is an event by the Recording Academy, by the way, the Recording Academy. This is their event. And they want a straight Chicago music, right? And I called BREE because BREE is one of the, to me, one of the biggest notable figures in Chicago that knows Chicago music, right?
Thank you.
So I call her and asking her opinion, and she's giving me these names, and she's giving me these names. I'm looking up these songs, but all these songs are dirty, like horribly dirty, like
They are.
they
I was like, after I got
recording
the phone
dirty,
with you,
bro.
I'm like, yeah, I don't know if the recording
We're
company
both
want to hear
like
it, but that's Chicago.
in Chicago, but at the same time, it's not
They're
in
good
Chicago,
songs.
but
That's
it's
why I threw in Asar. I know for a fact Asar does not curse.
no, but it's not even the cursing thing. It's like, for example, Fast Money Ant has a new record coming out called Real Before Record Deal, right? In his record, I got a clean version of his song, number one. Number two, like, it wasn't like, I'm about to pull the trigger out and pop, pop, pop. I'm about to pop on the da, da, da. It wasn't none of that type of language. It was just rap. Rap is rapping is cool, right? But it's very imperative for artists nowadays to think beyond the city that they're from. So don't just think, oh, Chicago radio or Chicago is going to be my limit. Make music for like the global atmosphere. Like think beyond that, because there will be opportunity where, hey, I'm at the Recording Academy and someone wants to hear the song. And they're like, oh my God, I love this. It's not necessarily what you're talking about. It's the delivery. It's what you're saying. It's like, you know what I mean? Make it digestible, and
Yeah.
that's something we talk about a lot. But
Cause I tell artists a lot, like just try something new. Like you
yeah,
don't have to always ride the wave. Just try something new, put it out there. I think Cardi B said it one time. She was like, I just be trying stuff. And if
yeah,
y'all
there's
like
so
it,
many new
we
stuff.
gonna do it again. If not, we
Right.
gonna try something else. Like it doesn't, it's your music.
Yeah, like, and there's so many great artists in Chicago, like, especially female artists, like Sin the Winner. She's about to drop a project out too. Mellow Bucks, one of the most talented lyricist female artists from Chicago I've heard from a long time. Right, if you really listen to her lyrics, she's a great lyricist. Right, who else? CCBKE, even BB Suki. She's on the rock
I love
side.
BB Subi, yeah.
But like even her, there's so many great female acts. But the beauty of just being an artist in this day and age is that you do get to express yourself, but you can do it in so many different ways. You don't have to ride the wave. You don't have to. It's not important. Like I don't know any female DJs who are coming out and talking on a song. I
Because
don't.
when you think about it, most of the artists that make it to like mainstream is because they stepped out of the norm.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
they're
they
creating the new norm, and they,
they
like, at the
create a new
forefront
norm.
of it. That's why Sexy Red is what she is, because there wasn't nobody making people were scared to talk like Sexy Red.
Yeah, people were like kind of like nervous or like didn't think it'd be respectful. And it's like it's not about doing stuff to impress people. It's really about expressing who you truly are, like to the best of your capability. But express who you truly are, not what you think people want you to be. You know what I mean? And I feel like as a DJ, I walk around. Y'all know I'm walking around with green hair all year. Last a couple months ago it was dark green. Right now I'm in the
That's that
springtime.
energy, okay?
Right, it's pure energy. So springtime we're doing mint green, and the summer we might do a little electric. We don't know, but it's really just expressing yourself and doing it to the full extent. Not because it's the way you think people want you to see, but it's the way that you want to be seen. You know what I mean? And I think the more people do that, the more diversity we get in music, and the more different stories we hear, and the more we get to take in, and it's like music becomes fun for real again. You know what I'm saying?
So how do you wanna be seen, Nosike? I liked how you said that.
How do I want to be seen? Ha ha ha! That was a good one. How do I want to be seen? How I want to be seen in music? I just want to make hits. I want to be seen as a hit maker. Like, you know what I mean? Like a global hit maker. Like I'm a product of two different cultures. I'm Nigerian. My parents are immigrants. So I'm Nigerian, like full blooded. But I grew up in the city of Chicago, born and raised. Those are two different cultures that don't normally clash. So when I'm at home with my parents, that's one culture. But when I was in school or outside in the world, that's a whole different culture. And I think that the more I'm like, I live my truth, which is being a product of these two cultures. It's a lot of kids like me who have parents that are fully
Absolutely.
immigrants
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
came here, but then wherever city they're from, whether it's New York, LA, Atlanta, Chicago, whatever, they grew up in that
They
culture.
are
And they're
right.
product of two different cultures. And I think that being that is like such a blessing in a way, because like you get to see the world in a different perspective. You do. So I just want to be seen as more than a DJ, a true light, a true energy, a true entertainer, and a true hit maker. That's someone that really brought light and energy into this world through music and like continues to just push the envelope in doing that.
Ooh, I love that.
Mhm.
That's
I know I'm
beautiful.
being deep, girl. Okay.
Better press that envelope, honey. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I did want to bring you in on some of the topics we were going to discuss today. So, Megan Thee Stallion is apparently facing a lawsuit from her former photographer.
Mm.
Um, he claims allegedly that they were in what's the word? What's the place? Ibiza.
Ibiza.
They were in Ibiza and they were in a car and she started having relations with a girl in the car and made him watch. And he said he was shocked. And because of that, he's suing her. On top of this is what where it gets the aha moment. He recently received a pay cut around that time for his services. So they were paying him like on a monthly stipend, and then it went from a monthly stipend to him being paid by project.
Didn't this?
So
I feel like I heard this before. Didn't something like this come out with Lizzo like a couple months ago or something like that?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was a real section. That was a little deeper though, but
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Well, I don't
I'm
even think he's even suing her for sexual like the
He's suing her for employment.
yes, but
Yeah.
not I guess he made the claim within that, but he's not even suing her for sexual harassment, which I thought was a little weird. Um what I heard a lot of men be like, "Oh, he a goofy cuz like why would you not want to watch?" But he's also gay, so that's why. But
I was gonna say I be having to watch what I say on here.
I know
but
I could say something
it
too, but
does
I just
seem like
kind of feel
I'm not
like
gonna hold you. It does seem like a money grab. I'm
Hmm.
not like what I will say though in his defense, as far as like if it is a situation where he's trying to be compensated, if you go from getting a stipend to now being paid per project and you have other people coming around you trying to, yo, I want to hire you for this and you can't because you're traveling with this person, I definitely think that that person should compensate you for that. It shouldn't be paid based off of projects then.
If well, that's where contracts come in because was there a contract signed where you decided to? Because clearly there was an agreement that he was going to get paid per project. He probably didn't think like foresight and be like, okay, the money probably not going to be the same.
Mm.
That's what I'm thinking because I feel like a regular person would not have agreed to that. Or
Yes, but also that's
if
his
I
friend.
did
That was his
agree,
friend at the time too.
that's y'all
So
problem. We had that
yeah,
same situation last
everybody
week.
want to be
We was
each
talking
other's
about something.
friends out in the workplace. You can't do all of that.
yeah.
You just be
That's
trying.
that's
It's
a
that.
very
It's
thin
like you
line.
gotta set the boundary or
Yeah,
the border. Like
yeah.
you really can't do all of that. At the same time, I feel like when they say she made him watch, did she really make you watch, or did you just happen to just watch?
Well,
Because
I mean, I
baby,
think the argument is he was in the car and the car was moving and she was doing what she was doing and he was right there. So not necessarily like let me
If
put your
that's your
hand
friend,
like
I'm not no CK. If you ever decide to do something with a girl in the back seat, I'm just gonna let you do what you do and move on from it. I would never bring it back up and say you were
that's what I
wilding that
kind of feel
night.
like it
I was
was.
shocked.
Yeah, I just kind of feel like maybe that was what I mean. I don't want to assume,
Let me try
but I
to
kind of
include
feel
this in
like
the
well, I
lawsuit.
think it's
Like,
personal though. Like obviously it was
yeah,
some personal behind the scenes stuff happening that made it go the route that it did and why he was caught liking some of Nicki Minaj's tweets too when she was so
why
so
do Megan friends always turn on her for
well,
Nikki?
I mean,
man,
I
it
don't know,
sounds
that's
like
kind of
its own
telling to me, but
issue.
That's another conversation for another
Yeah,
day.
Yeah,
baby,
I
if
just
it was true, we would have seen the leaks of the video. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, well, it depends though, because some artists they make you put the phones up. Like there's
yeah,
Chris Brown, nobody can step on his tour bus without with phones, to my
that
knowledge.
happened to me one time. I
So
said, "Oh, y'all playing with me."
yeah, so
oh,
it depends on the artist too. It depends on the
Yeah,
artist, depends on a lot of things. But
I
I
just
think
go
that
ahead.
whole friendship thing, like you said, is like
Mm.
that's where that line is. Like,
That gray line, like it's very
yeah,
blurred right there. On top of, I think people gotta think about the aftermath. How does it make you look that you're gonna lead in the headline saying,
mm-hmm,
"Oh, she made me watch
yeah,
her have
yeah.
relations with another girl," but this has nothing to do with the reason why I'm suing her.
It just looks, but it also as a professional, now you don't mess your money up even more because at the end of the day, what artist is gonna want to work with you if something happens and now you're gonna turn around and now put their business out there too?
Is that defamation of character?
I was gonna say is that there
I
was
think
no
it is.
NDA. Like it just seemed like there was no NDA. She don't got no NDAs with none of her friends because it seemed like they all just coming out and saying whatever they want about her. Why you didn't have no NDAs with these people?
And
You
then they
know
go
what it
hop on
is
the Nikki
too?
train.
It's kind of like, okay, so it's when you have friends and you do business with friends, it's always such a weird, blurry space because I believe like, and it could be possible they were maybe friends first and then they started working together on the business side. You know what I mean? Um, because it's always kind of hard to bring up the NDA contracting with your friend because you trust your friend to act right. It's your friend. You see what I'm saying? Um, I think the friend line is just it gets a little too blurry, and it kind of seems like maybe there's a little more trust in him as a videographer. I mean, this your cameraman and he going everywhere with you on tours, da da da. Like, remember, Megan used to vlog a lot. She used to do a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? So this was the guy that was capturing all of these intimate moments of her, right? And they built a friendship or they were friends. Maybe he just didn't come across that. Damn, I should have had him on the NDA type day because
Mhm.
this.
But it seemed like this is a issue with all of her friends. Like she just I think it's also a trial and error type situation. You're a new artist, so you're not thinking this way,
Yeah,
but now you're this global superstar, and it's like, okay, now maybe I need to start thinking a little bit different. Maybe I need these people around me, including the people that I date, they need to sign NDAs. Contracts need to be in place because now we're seeing. But this happens, I feel like a lot to
I feel like
newer
this, yeah,
artists.
this always happens
Yeah.
a lot newer artists. A lot of times it's because they come in with the people that they
And you
started
want
with.
and you want
And
to.
you
You
want to
want
do
to,
that.
but
But at the same time, sometimes you got to sit people down and be like, look, this is the business aspect of it, which a lot of people don't understand or don't want to implement the business aspect of it until they want to start to sue you and get their
yep,
lick back.
yeah.
absolutely, or they want their money. But it's like, that's why the law needs to be laid because it's like business at the end of the day is
Yeah.
business. Because now you want to use that technicality when it works in your favor.
Which I also feel like I'm pretty sure she overcompensated him for a lot, like trips and stuff, and she
She probably
probably
paid
like
for
a
that
lot
stuff,
of
yeah.
different incentives that she could probably, if this is an employment issue, she probably can pull receipts up from a lot of other things that she just willingly was like, okay, I'm gonna take care of A, B, and
Agreed.
She
C and
might not
D.
be able to do that though, because the judge might be able to look at that and be like, well, that was a gift. That's not illegal. That's not illegal. They do that with child support. So
Mm,
that's what I'm saying. A man could pay child
it's friend
support.
support.
A man could pay child support, and if there's no legal agreement, the baby
Mm,
mama can take
it's
him to
considered as
court.
a
It's
gift.
considered a gift.
Mm.
So that
Really?
yes, yeah. So we'll see. I don't think he's gonna get it. If he does get some money, I don't think it's gonna be a lot. But I don't honestly don't think he's gonna get any
I
off
don't
of
think
it.
he has a case. No CK. So
Mm-hmm.
before we close out, we always like to talk about things that we were listening to this week. So what you been listening to besides your own song? And tell
um,
people where they can find your song.
okay, so you can find Sexy Sexy by Afrobeat featuring me, Nosike, produced by Team Salute on all streaming platforms right now. That's Apple, Tidal, Spotify, Amazon, Pandora, YouTube, and The music video will be officially dropping very, very, very soon. I just got word.
I
Are
gotta
you
go
in the video?
stream that.
Yeah, I'm in the video.
What
It's a
you probably ain't got no clothes,
No,
child. I know
I got
you.
clothes on. I got clothes on. You know what I'm saying? I'm sexy already, but I got clothes on. You know what I'm saying? The music video will be dropping very, very soon. I'm very excited for you guys to see this. It's gonna be a fun video. And so I've been listening to this past week. Oh man, I've been listening to damn, what I've been listening to? I've been listening to a lot of new Afrobeat music. Um Okay, number one, let's trail it back. I actually listened to the new I finally caught up and started listening to the new part two We Don't Trust You this week. Like I finally caught
Yeah.
up to it.
That's a good album.
I like part two better than I do
And
one.
Yeah.
I've been listening to all the disses this week. That's the main thing I'm listening. I'm listening to the Quavo
Me
diss.
too.
Trying to catch up.
You know what I'm saying? I listened to Taylor Swift diss, to Kim K. I listened to Drake, both of Drake's disses. The Rick Ross diss, you know, I love Rick Ross, but
He's
yeah,
a true OG. He's a true.
it's kind of like, you know, but I ain't gonna lie, this Chris Brown and Quavo diss is the most entertaining diss out of this entire diss season. Whatever is
Yeah.
happening in the air, this Quavo and Chris Brown diss is just entertaining. It's entertaining as hell.
So who you think winning?
Between Quavo and Chris Brown,
Yeah.
you know what's crazy? I feel like, and the reality of stuff, Chris Brown is winning his diss. But Quavo's diss that he just released, I could actually play in the club. Like
Yeah.
it's
I just
actually
don't like it. The ad libs was throwing me off in the diss song. I'm not gonna hold you. His ad libs.
it
Hearing
was.
Quavo this,
Yeah, it was a little funny. It was.
but it also made me miss Migos. It made me
Okay.
miss
Yeah,
Migos
it made me
so
miss
much.
like he goes to turn up. So I'm like, I'm listening. I'm like, cause like, okay, Kendrick Lamar this. Let's just as a DJ, Kendrick Lamar this. Great, we could definitely play in the club all day because he was just coming crazy. The beat, Metro already coming crazy on the beat. He was coming crazy the lyrics. Drake's diss towards Kendrick. It's a cool record. It's a cool diss. Am I a favorite of it? Not necessarily. Only because I just feel like it is what it is. It's a diss. Every diss not meant to be in the club, but I can't really say I'll play that in the club and like be like, oh shit, like turn up to it the same way you could do the Kendrick's joint, right? Um, Chris Brown's diss was like, I would be scared to get into it with Chris Brown because he just gonna air everything on the table. Because that was the first diss I heard. Everything was layered on the table.
I don't
Like
want to sound colorist, but that's very light skinned. Like
it
light
was
skinned
though.
people, light skinned people. Oh,
Yeah.
you make them mad. They airing everything out. Like not holding nothing back. They not even gonna wait. Cause at first I was like, he could have gave us little doses, maybe spread it this out around 2 or 3 dishes. He said no.
Waste no time.
No,
No.
no, no.
I'm
Waste
straight
no
shooting.
time. I was like, and the whole time I was like, damn, okay, tell me more. That's all I was thinking. Tell me more. Quavo, I feel like his dance was like a retaliation to Chris. So you didn't really tell me nothing. You just kind of retaliated. So it's just kind of like, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
the hook, I could definitely play that shit in the club. He was like, can I say P word on here? Can I curse? I can curse.
Yes, you could curse.
Oh, he was like, but they're like, oh, like, yeah, like it was
He
going
was
like
trolling that
listen,
man, calling him a crackhead Michael Jackson. Oh,
yeah, it was
what?
like,
Why are we bringing Michael
he
into
said
this?
they tied up his auntie because he ain't pay his Pyru dues.
They probably did.
yeah,
Tied
that
up.
was
I wish I
deep.
did have a nephew that got me tied up because you didn't want to pay some money. And I
That
know
was
you got
deep.
money.
And I
Like,
know
why are you
got money.
playing with
Like
me?
what?
Why you playing? But
Dang.
the
Why
funny
are
thing
you
about all these
playing?
disses is that each diss you could is catered to their particular style. Like Chris Brown, he's artsy, so he's gonna show his skill set as a rapper. Quavo was like a club record kind of artist. So his diss sound like club record. Kendrick, super lyrical. So he had double entendres. He had so many different things going on in his diss, where it was like, you forgot for a minute he was talking about Aubrey, but then you're like, oh, like Aubrey. You know what I'm
Damn,
saying?
Aubrey.
I'm off.
Aubrey.
right? And then
I like that we
Drake
got a little bit of everything. Hopefully, I do want.
yeah.
I would like to hear Kendrick respond, but I guess we'll probably wait till the album come out next month and see what he has to say. The whole album is probably based off everybody. He probably got a track named Future, not Future, a track named J. Cole, track named Drake,
That would be
whoever wants
crazy.
He
smoke.
got two parts for Drake,
Okay.
Aubrey and Drake.
Side
So
A and
is it
B.
official that the album's coming out next month? Is it official?
That's what's been circulating that the album's been coming out next month. But we finna wrap this up. J. Marie, what you been what you been listening to?
I've been listening to them disses.
Oh, hey, me too. Besides this is I've been listening to Party Next Door because the album is dropping on Friday. I'm so excited.
I gotta listen.
But if you need some new music to listen to, make sure you tune in every Monday. What's the Buzz Radio? Submit your songs for the free. Nosike, submit your song so the buzzers can rate your song
Hey, that
on
one
What's
boy
the Buzz
can't
Radio.
rate my song. That one boy,
That one
the
boy.
one, the one with the
I think you
tool,
talking
he
about
can't rate my
Rizzo. It's
yeah.
okay. It's okay. Make sure y'all listen to What's the Buzz Radio every Monday. What's the word? .tv. We stream live, and if you're an artist, submit your music for the free at What's the Word .tv. No, CK, we appreciate you for being on here. Of course, we're gonna have you back because you're family. So we love you.
Love you. Love
Thank you,
you.
J. Marie, for returning.
Bye.
And we out.
Hey, what's up? What's the word?